Vinaka and greetings from Fiji. In the lead up to COP23 in Bonn in November, the global community faces a significant challenge to keep the climate action agenda on track. And we must all work harder than ever to maintain the momentum for change. As the ball is passed by Morocco to Fiji to continue the implementation process, I commit myself as incoming president of COP23 to do everything I can to keep this process on track and to prepare for the more ambitious action required. As it leads the world in this effort, Fiji is helping to forge a grand coalition for climate action made up of governments at every level, civil society, the private sector, and ordinary citizens around the world. Because only by coming together as one world, one united global community, can mankind overcome the greatest challenge we have ever faced in the broad sweep of human history. As I've repeatedly stressed, we are all in the same boat, the same canoe. Not one of the 7.5 billion people on Earth can escape the impact of climate change. So Team World, with Fiji as team captain, has to come together as one with absolute determination. We are all on this together. And to symbolize the need for unity and purpose, we are placing a Fijian ocean-going canoe, Ndrua, in the main foyer in Bonn. And I will be asking every delegate to fill its sail with a collective resolve to move our agenda forward. Friends, we all know national governments cannot do this alone. So Fiji is also going to give greater emphasis to the climate action zone, the Bonn zone, away from the formal negotiations, where I will spend much of my time, mixing with the ordinary men and women from around the world, whose passion and dedication we are also relying on to keep this process on track. To enable me to do this, our climate negotiator, Ambassador Shamim Khan, will conduct the bulk of the formal negotiations in what we are calling the Mbula zone, where we hope the Fijian Mbula spirit of friendship and cooperation will prevail. And I will be the Fijian team captain, coming in to offer encouragement and iron out any obstacles in the formal process while I travel between the two zones. So Ambassador Shamim Khan has a very big task to perform. And with our climate champion, Minister Siri Ratu, and the rest of the Fijian delegation, we are going to Bonn totally focused on doing the best possible job. We know the challenges that lie ahead. We know that since Paris, the impacts felt around the globe have continued to rise, becoming more dangerous, more costly, and more deadly. The message I will be taking to Bonn is that we have no choice but to act decisively and with the utmost urgency, because time is running out, and especially for climate vulnerable nations around the world, including those of us in the Pacific. As you all know, the Paris Agreement commits us to keeping the average global temperature well below 2 degrees above that of the industrial age, and pursue efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees. For Fiji and other vulnerable and developing states, 1.5 degrees is not just an ambitious goal. It is an imperative and minimum achievement. Indeed, the current pace of climate action must be accelerated, however difficult this may be. Because even at the current average warming of 1 degree, we are witnessing such things as the destruction of coral reefs and many communities being forced to higher ground. Any further delays is courting disaster. We simply have no time to waste. We must also do a lot more to build the resilience of vulnerable nations to the rising seas, the extreme weather events, and changes to agriculture and marine life associated with climate change. To strengthen their infrastructure, give them better access to alternative energy, and more affordable insurance to enable them to bounce back when disaster strikes. Friends, we have a great challenge ahead, a great mission to fulfill. It is an ongoing mission, and I want to warmly thank Morocco for the significant contribution it has made as president of COP22. The spotlight will soon fall on my own nation at the opposite end of the earth, the first Pacific small island developing state to be given the honor and responsibility of presiding over COP. I appeal to you all to support Fiji in any way you can. And I look forward to meeting as many of you as possible in Bonn or in Fiji. where a warm welcome always awaits you. Thank you.